Well, Bernardo Silva has started every single game since the opening day defeat at Spurs. He is in imperious form. He is arguably the player of the season, not just for City, but right across the Premier League. I'm delighted to say that a man who was certainly one of the players of the season whenever he played for the Blues is in the commentary position today as well. Sean Gota, how do you see this one panning out?
Well, yes, I think last time we played them, I sort of referred to it, it was March, end of last season, and Southampton put on an absolute brilliant first half performance. We obviously won that game 5-2, but I think that'll be something Pep will look at in terms of making sure that we start this game in terms of keeping the ball and dominating possession.
And they're still locked inside their own half as Romeu spreads the play to bring in Kyle Walker-Peters, who advances into the City half of the field, and it's actually not a bad ball to Redmond. His cross is not a bad one either, and Southampton have scored through Kyle Walker-Peters. Well, I never.
Well, as we look at this here, this is what Southampton's capable of. The ball gets switched, and wow, it's Kyle Walker-Peters who picks it up. This little 1-2. Cancelo goes to it, can't quite get there, but this touch ends up being a brilliant touch for him to just half volley it. And whether he uses the defender as a screen, well, he does, in fact. It's Laporte that's there. Laporte thinks the ball is actually going to hit him, but not probably getting his angles right or thinking he's in the correct position. And Walker-Peters is just using the outside of his foot and hitting it as hard as he can in the hope he can catch Addison off guard, and it's a beautiful strike in all fairness, but this is what Southampton is capable of.
And here they come on the counter with Perrault. Inside it goes to Romeu, a one-time Pep Guardiola disciple, and the pass is a good one, and all of a sudden Southampton are 2 up. No, the flag's up. The flag's up. Brozia's tucked it into the back of the net. He looked offside when he got the ball. The assistant waited until he put it into the back of the net to raise the flag. It did look offside, but let's have a look on the replay. Oh my goodness, that is so tight. I think it is offside. I think it is the right decision. But I tell you what, the fact Southampton have put the ball into the back of the City net is certainly something that will worry the Blues, because even though I'm sure the VAR will confirm that it was offside, it is the fact that they've crafted another chance, Sean Gota. Here's De Bruyne. Plays it out wide to Bernardo Silva, into the area towards Sterling. Sterling, that's lovely from Raheem Sterling. Oh, and his bending shot's gone just over the angle of post and bar. That was really beautifully done by Raheem Sterling, but he just bent it over the top of that little corner where Forster couldn't get to, and it stays at 1-0. City again advancing, and that's nicely taken by Foden. Foden tries to get into the penalty area. He drills it in low. Sterling will score. No! It's a great save.
Yes, I mean, you would want this to fall to Sterling because he's in good form. Again, this is how this game's going.
Bernardo Silva in the right wing position. Rodri towards the edge of the penalty area. Goes back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne flicks it out wide with a lovely ball to Walker. On it goes. Rodri hits it, and Forster makes the save at full length, just in front of the City fans who are all ready to cheer. But City have responded, and they have another corner.
Much better by City again. It's a great strike by Rodri. Doesn't catch it right, but he hits the target. And again, one of these are going to be connected well. But the important thing is it reaches a player to have that shot.
And City have another opportunity. It was guided in by De Bruyne after the short corner, but Bruyne just got there in front of Aymeric Laporte as Laporte was thinking of heading it into the net. Bruyne did well. It's another City corner. The weight of pressure starting to mount. City have it with Rodri now in the middle of the pitch, and he plays it out wide towards Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva to inside the penalty area. Goes back to Rodri. Shooting position. Rodri bends it. Oh, it's hit the frame of the net. Just maybe behind the netting and hits the crossbar as it brushes through, and City are fashioning chances, but it's just not quite happening. You can probably hear the City fans behind the goal. De Bruyne then swings it in. Must be Laporte. It is! City 1, Southampton 1. Aymeric Laporte. De Bruyne's delivery. Laporte in the clear. He does that celebration where he intertwines his hands together, and City aren't in any mood to celebrate for very long. They want the the ball back to the halfway line because they want to go on and win this game. I'm just checking that there was no offside. No, there wasn't. Laporte's way onside. It is 1-1, Sean Gota.
Yes, it's brilliant delivery by Kevin De Bruyne and Laporte, who steps up. Well, I named three. This is the thing about City. I named three of possible players who would probably come up with that goal. Well, that's the great thing about City. It's another 10 others that can contribute. And Laporte steps up. He doesn't celebrate long because City are winning to win this game, and this is what City are about. I always felt that City are a team that they scored this. He celebrates for a short time, but everyone's reminding him, no, we need to get another one to show we go on to win this game. So it's going to be fascinating, the remaining minutes of this game, because Southampton, I also have to say, have been playing brilliantly as well. This is what the players, they hear the City fans now, and they're wanting to drive and suck that ball in. And this is what the players are waiting for, this little bit of momentum to create that opportunity.
Corner's taken short. Foden now plays it in. And then it's Bernardo Silva. Shooting chance maybe. João Cancelo, it's charged down. The ricochet comes the way of Grealish. Grealish towards the edge of the penalty area. Plays it in field to João Cancelo. The cross is a good one. It's bent in. Chance for City. A shot is blocked by Foden. There's a claim of handball. The ball keeps going. Bernardo Silva plays it in. It's deflected. There's still a claim of handball. The City fans all went up for it.
He's just having a look at the situation. I think the ball hits him in the face, a Lou in the face. I mean, to a man, they've been brilliant defensively. This, he's taking one, because I have no doubt that flies in, because Foden really catches that sweep.
Another City corner. De Bruyne drills it in. It's headed away successfully this time. Picked up though by Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva onto Jesus. City in the right wing position. Now it goes back to Jesus in the penalty area. On to Bernardo Silva, back to Jesus. Cleared by Salisu. De Bruyne now on the edge of the penalty area. Goes for the shot. Brilliant effort. Oh, I think it's come off the post. City keep it alive. It's still not away yet. I think that came off the post. Forster got close to it, but I think he was beaten. And I think it's the post that saved Southampton.
Well, this is the technique that De Bruyne possesses. He shifts the ball to his right foot. He hits the post. Well, Forster's he's nowhere near it.
Still in the final third, City, waiting for the chance to pounce. De Bruyne now tries to find an angle. Keeps on going, De Bruyne. Clips it in dangerously. Foden can't reach it. João Cancelo keeps it alive. Inside the penalty area. The bending cross. Jesus with a header. It's off the line by the goalkeeper's foot, and I think onto the post as well. With 15 minutes to try and win this game. Outside it goes to Jesus, who's made a big difference since he came on. De Bruyne now joins in. On it goes towards Foden. Back towards De Bruyne. Challenge on the edge of the penalty area. City think it's a penalty. Simon Hooper absolutely unmoved. VAR, I don't think, are even checking it.
I still can't make heads or tails. I'll probably say it's the right decision. I can't quite see it. Looks as though VAR are having a look at it.
What's he given? He's signalled for something, but I don't know what it is. No penalty. Outside the penalty area. There you go. Prevent City. They've decided the challenge was outside the penalty area, and so Southampton escape. Oh, that's a late challenge on Laporte. The learning yellow card for Armstrong. It's a really poor challenge from Stuart Armstrong.
He catches Laporte, and it looks as though, when you slow it up, it looks as though he's going to do it. But he could have pulled out. So in fairness, actually Armstrong could have pulled out knowing he couldn't get there. So it is slightly reckless.
Bruyne takes his time, delivers. It's headed away easily. Bernardo Silva then heads it back to De Bruyne again. De Bruyne now will swing it in for a second time. Southampton club it into City territory. Anywhere will do. Ederson retrieves. Southampton desperate for the final whistle. And that is the final whistle. And Ralph Hasenhüttl has a huge smile on his face because he believes that counts as a victory. It isn't, but he has taken 2 points off Manchester City today. City came from behind. There was a very, very early goal, a brilliant 1-2 from Kyle Walker-Peters. City had a stack of chances. Sterling should have scored but didn't. The equaliser came from Laporte 25 minutes from time. City were relentless in pursuit of the winning goal. It almost came once, twice, maybe even 3 times, but it just didn't quite happen. City almost won a penalty as well, but VAR felt that the challenge on De Bruyne was just outside the box, and in the end City's 12-match winning streak comes to an end, but it is a 13-game unbeaten run that they've built up. They're 12 points now above Liverpool. Liverpool have 2 games in hand, but City will go into the international break feeling pretty good after what was a tricky challenge at Southampton. The final score, Southampton 1, City 1.